Hello, good evening. The Scottish Liberal Democrat leader Willie Rennie has attacked the SNP and the Conservatives as political fire raisers. In an address to his party's conference in Perth, Mr Rennie said he would stand against both Brexit and Scottish independence. Here's our political correspondent, Glenn Campbell.
Suck in those chins.
While the former party leader Nick Clegg says there shouldn't be a UK government fatwa against another independence referendum, others have made clear the Liberal Democrats will not support one.
We will consistently try to stop and derail any plans for a second referendum. The SNP government have fallen asleep at the wheel with their obsession for this second referendum. We're not having any of it.
In his conference address, the Scottish leader seemed to acknowledge IndyRef 2 might happen anyway and made clear his continuing support for the UK.
Because the United Kingdom is our family, the European Union is our family, and we stand together with our family.
And he attacked those who support Scottish independence or leaving the EU.
We will stand against the actions of the political fire raisers of our time. A majority of people in Scotland want to keep the United Kingdom, but the SNP want to burn it down. They do not speak for Scotland. And a majority of people in Scotland want to keep the European Union, but the Conservatives want to burn that down. They do not speak for Scotland.
The Liberal Democrats, he said, would push for a federal UK.
So Willie Rennie stands against both Brexit and Scottish independence, resisting another vote on Scotland's place in the UK, whilst campaigning for a second referendum on our EU membership. Glenn Campbell reporting Scotland, Perth.
The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has indicated that the party is prepared to fight to keep Scotland in the UK for a second time. On a visit to Glasgow, he said that it's absolutely fine for another vote to be held and that it's not the job of Westminster or the Labour Party to prevent people holding one. The Scottish Labour leader Kezia Dugdale has made clear her opposition to another ballot on the issue. The Scottish Green Party co-convener Patrick Harvie has accused other parties of being obsessed with the Constitution as he launched his party's bid to win a record number of councillors in May's elections. Mr Harvie told the Green Conference in Glasgow that the coming campaign should be focused on local issues and not national ones like Brexit and independence.
Let's not let the Tory constitutional obsession give them a chance to take hold of our local services. Let's remind voters these are the very people who would starve our services of the funding they need and privatise them at the first opportunity.
A man's been detained by police after 3 suspicious fires broke out in Dunblane early this morning. The fires were in George Street, Stirling Road and Station Road. A number of people had to be evacuated, but no one was injured. Well, to rugby then, and Scotland's hopes of a first win over England at Twickenham in 34 years were shattered this afternoon. With just seconds left, the Scots trail by 54 points to 21. Our sports reporter Alistair Lamont has been watching the action.
The Scots anthem was sung with just a little more gusto today. These players full of conviction that now could be their time. But it quickly became clear that wouldn't be the case as Jonathan Joseph sliced through the visiting defence. Not once, but twice in the first half as England looked to assert their authority. Scotland lost Stuart Hogg and Mark Bennett to injury, but did get on the board through Gordon Reid. The relief was short-lived as England again stretched their legs, the Scots' defence and their lead. Scotland did cross the English line twice more, but England also added further tries. Their best display of the Six Nations, combined with Scotland's poorest, prolongs the Scots' losing run at Twickenham. Alistair Lamont reporting Scotland.
Football, and Pedro Caixinha has signed a 3-year contract to become the new manager of Rangers. The Portuguese coach arrived in Glasgow this morning to finalise his deal. He won't though take charge until after tomorrow's meeting with Celtic. And there were 5 matches in the Premiership today. There were wins for Aberdeen, Hearts, Kilmarnock and St Johnstone. Let's find out what the weather has in store. Kirstine's at the map for us.
Thank you very much, Graham. Good evening to you. Well, the weather did gradually improve for most of us today, with the best of the brightness and sunshine across the north and the northwest. And here there will be some clear spells for a time this evening, perhaps allowing a touch of frost to develop in shelter. Generally, though, as we go through tonight, a cloudy prospect, misty, murky conditions for many of us, with some outbreaks of rain primarily affecting the south and east, and another batch of rain just about reaching western coastal areas come the end of the night. Again, though, a fairly mild night in prospect for most of us. So tomorrow dawns with a lot of cloud, misty, murky conditions. This first batch of rain clears away into the North Sea, allowing something drier and brighter for a time. However, the next batch of rain wings its way in from the west during the course of the day. Again, behind this, though, we should see some improvement during the course of the afternoon, and it does become that bit fresher with westerly winds. Across the rest of the UK tomorrow afternoon, a fairly dry prospect for Northern Ireland, give or take 1 or 2 showers, some brightness and sunshine here. Across much of England and Wales, though, a fairly cloudy prospect, some rain holding on across East Anglia and the southeast, eventually becoming that bit drier into the far southwest during the afternoon. Temperatures widely into double figures, feeling fairly pleasant where we do see the sunshine. And then tomorrow evening it becomes largely dry across Scotland, and really it stays that way as we head into Monday, although some rain arriving into the west later. That's the forecast.
And that is Reporting Scotland. Our next update is tomorrow evening at 10 to 6. From all of us, have a good night. Bye-bye.